Welcome back to the Force 9's YouTube channel. Welcome back to Tale of the Toffees. It's the Everton save on Football Manager 2017, and today we're going to be ending off our second season with Everton. There will be one more after this before we move on to something different. I already know what that's going to be. I will let you know about that in a future video. But today we're going to play the final three games of the Premier League season. Burnley, I think West Brom and Watford. Yes. But before we get into those, I've got goals to show you from 3 games that I played off screen. So let's jump through those very quickly. Yeah, so a crazy result there against West Ham. We've had a few of those this season. Of course, we had some of those 5-4s and 6-4s earlier on in the season, which were crazy. But 4-3 against West Ham, 2 wins and a draw, not too bad at all. In terms of the Premier League table, we actually cannot finish anywhere else but second place. So we already know where we're going to finish. Man United have won the title. They are 12 points clear. We have 3 games left, so we cannot catch United. Also Spurs are 8 points behind us. Spurs have already played 36 games, so they no longer can catch us either, which means we are stuck in second place. So it's a very good finish. It's an improvement on the first season, so I will absolutely take it at the moment. Champions League place is still up for grabs. Watford and West Ham could still qualify for the Champions League in some way, shape or form. Likewise, down the bottom it is very close. There have been no team actually relegated yet. There is still, a lot of games to play. And any one of the bottom 6, I think, could go down, depending on results, but we'll see. But we're at the top of the table. We don't need to worry about relegation. First game of today's episode against Burnley, who at the moment are bottom, so they have a lot to play for. They are going to be tough to beat on this day because, they're trying to stay up. Okay, so Anderson is in for Bolasie. I'm wondering if there's any other changes I need to make. I'm going to bring on Ogzan for Ward-Prowse. Santon, unfortunately, is injured at the moment, so put Leighton Baines on the bench. I think this is all we're going to go with. Casilla had a bad game against West Ham, conceded 3. Easily his weakest performance in goal for us, scoring a 5, which is awful rating. But we are going to keep going with this, and I think this is what we're going to play today. Okay, so Burnley playing like a pentagon in midfield with Boyd, Obi Mikel, Arfield, Hendrick and Defoe. They've got Preciado up front, Tonyo, Gibson, Keenan, Varela at back 4, Tom Heaton in goal. And they've got Lowton, Zaha, Akpom, Andre Gray, Tarkovsky and Gudmundsson on the bench. I like Gudmundsson, I think he's good. Of course, I used him with Charlton on a challenge last time around. I also had him for Charlton on an old FM15 save. But yeah, I like him. He's on the bench, but we need to focus on our team. Let's see if we can get a good result. And let's see how many points we can finish on. I think we have overtaken our points tally from last season, which I think was 73. We're on 75 as it stands. So we have improved on last season. It would just be a shame to get bad results in these last 3 games. I know what it's like. Last season didn't go too well. And Michael Keane scores with 12 minutes played. This has gone off to a good start. Thing is, I can rest easy because we're not. It's not going to affect our league position at all. It just affects form and morale. So it's not really that bothering to me. We could probably look at. My voice is going again. We could probably look at playing some of our younger players. Like the regen that we got, or guys like Nicky Clark. We've got some good youngsters in this team that we've either bought or had in youth intake. So we could very well see them in one of these last 2 games. As a Lukaku pokes in, 20 minutes played, it's 1-1. That's better. Just bringing up the match stats and Burnley's formation. I don't really know why I have the opponent formation there. It doesn't seem to change a great deal in the game unless there's been like cards or injuries. But it's there just so I know the way that the opponent is set up. But we don't really need it anymore. Deulofeu to Lukaku, and that is 2-1. And Lukaku has his second of the game. His 33rd goal in all competitions. A very good season for Lukaku, and with form like this and us in Europe, there is no reason that Lukaku would want to leave because we are doing really, really well. Lukaku pokes in. I think next season the goal is to get a bit further in the Champions League. We got to the last 16. Unfortunately, we were defeated by Besiktas We'll see if we can get further in that. I want to try and win something in our last season. You know, we're obviously going to try and go for the league title. You know, the logic is that we go third to second and then we win next time. So we're going to try and win next time round, go for the title and see what we can do. But also, you know, let's try and win a cup or two. FA Cup, we'd like to win that. EFL Cup, we got to the semi-finals. We're doing well today. Just kick on the second half. Yeah, we're close to the EFL Cup. Of course, Man United knocked us out of both tournaments, FA Cup and EFL Cup. So nice to get a bit of revenge on them as well. Let's beat United a couple of times next season. That would be good. Here is Deulofeu to David Klaassen. Oxan back to Deulofeu. Playing well here. We're going well. Lukaku is on a hat-trick, but he's dispossessed by Keane. Here is Gueye to Oxan. Deulofeu. Passes back to the defender Jagielka and now Duarte. Passing it very well here. Need to push forward a bit though. Klaassen to Lukaku, who has his hat-trick. And we're on the hour mark. And we're 3-0 up. This is a very good performance. Very happy with this. And I think this result, would this result send Burnley down? It looks like it may well. It depends on goal difference, I think. But Klaassen to Lukaku. Lukaku, great control there, letting it go through his legs, getting it out from under his legs, and then finishing past Heaton. And he has his hat-trick. Very good stuff for Lukaku. Could very well get PFA Player of the Year. He's definitely in the running. We are going to make a change. I've got Gueye on a yellow card, so we are going to bring on a Nazi for him. And I'm also... actually, that'll be the only change I make for now. We'll probably bring on Barkley for Klaassen at one point. Klaassen's done okay today, not been too bad, got an assist. I think our signings are very much coming through now. Anderson and Klaassen started off slowly, but they've picked it up. And they're doing really, really well. 83 minutes, let's make another change. Let's bring on Ross Barkley for Klaassen. Oh, Hendrick has a shot from range and it was on target. It was a good stop by Casilla. But Burnley with a late chance there and it was a good effort, really good effort. That's full time. Everton 3, Burnley 1. Nice win. You know, we started off slowly but we picked it up. And yeah, I'm happy with that performance. So Leicester have a game in hand. They still have to play their next game. If they get a point from that, that will send Burnley down. Lukaku now, 34 goals in all competitions, 24 goals for the league. I wonder what that puts him on in terms of, you know, going for that golden boot. So you've got 3 players all on 24 goals. Lukaku, Icardi and Harry Kane, all with 24 league goals. You've also got Zlatan and Abel Hernandez not far behind on 21 and Mandzukic on 20. So Lukaku's going for a golden boot. Let's see if we can get that for him. That'll be a good way to end the season. Have Lukaku as top scorer. I think you're getting a Steam achievement for that as well. Well, Leicester beat Arsenal 2-1, so that does mean that Burnley have been relegated. And West Brom are next, and West Brom are also in 19th. So another game we really should be winning. But again, West Brom, they're trying to stay up, so it's going to be hard. And then we end off against Watford. And Watford have been really good on this team. I still think Miles is behind that somehow. I don't know. But they're up in 5th place. I think they're going for a European finish. They could still get into the Champions League if they overtake Liverpool. I think Spurs are a bit out of reach though. Okay, against West Brom. Now, not a lot here needs changing, I don't think. They played pretty well, so I think we're going to keep this team. New injury to tell you about. Balassi did suffer an injury in training, so he's going to miss the remainder of this season. So we're going to bring Sinkgraven onto the bench for him. Let's see if we can actually look at getting some of these young players sorted out, because we can't change our position at all. So let's see who we could bring in. Okay, do you know what? Nicky Clark's going to go onto the bench in place of Berahino, and Richard Bolton can go on the bench in place of Anazi. And if we're in a good winning position, we'll bring on one of those 2 players, or maybe both if it's going really well, and see what they can do. So let's submit that team, and let's see if we can get a good result against the Baggies. Now, they've got a good team, and they're somehow in second bottom place. Foster, Nathaniel, Denswell, Galloway, Jenkins, and Galloway player that we sold to West Brom for about 2 million, I think it was. Jacob, Darren Fletcher, Ryan Gould on loan from Sporting, Nasser Chadley, Iago Falke, and Theo Walcott playing up front. Is that a loan, or have they actually bought him? No, they actually bought Theo Walcott. What did they pay for him? £10 million. And he's scored 5 goals in 12 appearances, and that is all he's played. So there you go. On the bench, they've got Elliott, they've got Sam Byram, James Morrison, Tammy Abraham, and Mbappe, Dan, and Roberts. So there's some good players in this West Brom side, but they just can't find wins, and they're second to the bottom, and they could be relegated at the end of this game. We'll see. Ryan Gould, oh wow, there's a goal. Okay, it kind of took me by surprise there. Ryan Gould had a free kick blocked, and Nathaniel, the left back, scored the goal. Let's see it again, because I didn't really see it. I wasn't really paying attention. Let's have a look at it in 3D. So it was a Ryan Gould free kick bounced off of number 20, and then it just fell to Nathaniel, who unleashed a volley straight away. I don't think Casilla saw it coming either. It's 1-0 to West Brom, and we haven't started this game very well either. We didn't start well against Burnley either. Chadley on the ball now. Here is Theo Walcott. Puts through Falke, and Williams has conceded a penalty here. This isn't going well today. Williams is going to get a card of some sort here. Let's see what colour it is. It's a yellow card, but Falke is going to take a penalty here to maybe give West Brom a 2-0 lead. It is in. Casilla wasn't far off it, but it's 2-0. We need to go attacking. This has not gone well today. We're 2-0 down at home against Albion. They can't stay up today, but depending on Leicester's results in the final day, West Brom could be staying up and it could send Leicester City down. But let's see what happens. We need to get a goal here as Lukaku heads towards goal. And Foster, that's an easy save for him. Oxan header away. Now David Klaassen, but he's dispossessed by Denswell. Here is Falke. Ryan Gould. Walcott. That's a chance going for Walcott. Could have been 3-0 there. It should have been 3-0. But he shoots wide. We're playing very poorly today. I think we can forget about bringing on youngsters. We're 2-0 down. I've got to go aggressive with that team talk. Stop letting yourselves down, guys. Defending's been absolutely terrible. Right, let's drop the defensive line a bit deeper. Walcott's outpacing us, so we're going to do that. Okay. Big improvement, please, guys. You're 2-0 down against Albion at home. We need to see better than this. Delafeu corner. It's headed towards goal. Duarte, I mean, I don't think he scored a goal this season. I think he scored about 4 last time. Haven't seen nearly as many goals from defenders this season. The ball comes back to Williams. It's the end of the highlight. 52 minutes in. We haven't looked like scoring. We've had 1 shot in target out of 10. Alright, making some changes. Now, we don't have another striker to bring on, so we are going to put Nicky Clark on up front as the target man. And we're also going to take off Williams because he's had an awful game. And let's bring Leighton Baines in. Okay, we've got a highlight here about halfway through the second period. Now, we need to get some goals in this game, otherwise it could end up being embarrassing. Here is Guay. Klaassen. Delafeu's got it. He's got it again. Anderson heads towards Foster. Well, at least they're on target, but we're not getting enough shots away here today. 3 clear-cut chances, and we've got no goals to show for it. Alright, Ross Barkley's coming on for Klaassen. We have not looked anywhere near like scoring a goal today. It's been a dreadful performance by us, one of the worst of the season. We've had bad defeats against United, but to not be beating West Brom at home is just criminal. We've got hardly any time left in the game. We need to get 2 goals in. We've got 7 minutes in the game left. And we've just given the ball away to Abraham. And now Chadley. If anything, West Brom are going to score a 3rd here. But that's a good tackle by Guay. And then a terrible pass by the number 8, who I think is Oxan. Right, here is Ross Barkley to Anderson, who's beaten off the ball by Nathaniel. And now Abraham going towards the goal. And it's now with Baines. Barkley. If we're going to get a goal in this game, let's give it to Nicky Clark. Let's see if we can get the youngster a goal. He's put through Oxan though, and that's a good save by Foster. I mean, Foster's had a good game, and West Brom are defending very well today. But we should be winning this game, and we're not. Not long left in the game now. We're only about 30 seconds. Looks like it's going to be a bad 2-0 defeat. We haven't looked good enough today. It's been a terrible performance. And we'll go into the final game against Watford after a loss. So that could be difficult. Abraham's offside there. And that will be full time, I think. There it is. Everton 0, West Brom 2. That's a dreadful scoreline. Manchester United have since lost another game. Who was that against? They lost to Watford. So they've now lost 2 games in the season, which means the gap is still 12 points. But Man United have only lost 2 games all season. That is why they are winning the title and we are not. Well, because of games like that, because we lost 2-0 at home to West Brom. That's why we're not winning the title. Silly results like that are why we're not champions. Okay, so the final game of the season, the final game of the episode, also my 100th game. So some big milestones with this Watford match. Hopefully we'll get a win. Okay, I just looked at the social fees, and despite the fact we're going to finish 2nd in the Premier League, I've got 3 people here saying stuff like, has Force 9 really done anything in his time here? Can't believe our fans want to take a risk in getting rid of Force 9. We'd be worse off if we do that. Thank you, Jordan Standards. You're a believer. Elliot Russell, we're wandering around aimlessly under Force 9. It's not good enough. We're 2nd in the Premier League. Where did Everton finish last season? 11th in real life? Okay, so we brought Baines in for Williams. We've also brought Barkley in for Klaassen. I think that will be all we do for now. I would take off Anderson, but I don't want... Balasi's injured, and we don't have another player for that right side. That's going to be one of the key signings we'll make this summer, is a right-sided winger or right-sided midfielder. So that's definitely going to be something we need to get in the new season. We also need a backup goalkeeper for Casilla, maybe another centre-back. I'm thinking of offloading Mori in the summer. So, you know, there's about 3 or 4 players that we're going to need for the new season. I think we'll replace Berahino because he's got some interest and we could try and get some money for him. He was a freebie. So, there's a good 3 or 4 players that I want for the season. But that's the team we're going to go with for the Watford game. Let's see if we can get a win to end the season, because last season didn't end too well. Okay, we know what formation Watford like to play. 5-3-2. Aurelio Gomez, Hoban, Oikonomu, Cathcart, Halebas, Janmat, Joe Ledley, Mario Spires, Pereira, Abel Hernandez and Igalo. And then Patilimon, Borthwick, Jackson, Barami, Success, Watson and Willisos and Christensen on the bench. Lukaku, Icardi and Kane still on 24 goals, so neither of them scored in the penultimate game week. So we could see a golden boot for Lukaku if he can grab himself a couple of goals today. Icardi and Kane, I don't know who they're facing. Arsenal host Southampton and Burnley are the opponents for Tottenham. So we need to hope that they don't score goals. Let's see if we can get a golden boot for Lukaku. That would be a nice way to end the season, as Oxlade commits a very early foul. They've got an injury to Gomez. He broke his finger. Oh, God, it's a goal. Again, we've gone behind. Oikonomu scored the goal. Let's see it again. It looked like a header towards the goal, and then he just sort of put it further in the goal, I think. I don't know. Let's see. So it was Pereira with the goal, and then Marios headed it, even though I think that was going in, unless someone was going to head it off the line. I don't know. We're 1-0 down yet again. Igalo, oh, for fuck's sake! Igalo hits the post and then comes back to him and he scores again. It's now 2-0 Watford. Watford could be good. Well, they can't get top 4, but you know, their Europa League place is in the balance and they're playing well here. They're 2-0 up. Again, at the end of the season, we've fallen apart, just like last season. Right, Jagiel Karov, Ivanovic on. Let's try and sort out this defence. What is going on today? Barkley to Lukaku. Passes out to Leighton Baines. Here is Ogzan. Guay. Barkley. Well, what's the point of showing that? Come on. Pointless. We've got an injury to Ogzan. He's pulled his hamstring. Let's get him off. And let's bring on JWP. Igalo to Janmat. And it's a good tackle there. Deulofeu now to Lukaku. This is a good attack by Everton. Here is Ross Barkley to Guay. And, well, I think that's stopped the attack now because we've given it out to Coleman. Here is Barkley. Anderson. And that's a goal. Gomez with a hand to it. 2-1. We're back in the game. Wasn't sure if the attack was going to last long when it went to Coleman. But Barkley's through ball to Anderson was good. Gomez, I don't know what he was doing in goal. He's got a broken finger, to be fair. So let's not have a go at him too much. Don't know why they're keeping him on the pitch. But there you go. Need another goal in this game. We've had 5 shots on target, which is better. But Watford have a corner here. Ledley heads it towards the goal. It's with Coleman now, who needs to get rid, and then passes it to Casilla. Here is Holebas though to Pereira. I'm going to exploit the flanks in the game. I think we need to exploit the flanks because that's where their attacks are coming from. Let's turn the tempo up a bit as well. 75 minutes in, we're still trailing 2-1, and there's not long left in the game now. 85 minutes. Let's go overload. Let's get another striker on. So we'll bring on Nicky Clark and take off Guay. Could be a late chance here. We've given the ball away though, so if anything here, I don't know if Watford are going to score. Hernandez is 1-on-1, and it's a good save. And now we can attack. End-to-end stuff at the end of the game here. Here is Lukaku, who at the moment is going to be losing the golden boot to Harry Kane. Unless he can find a goal within the last 90 seconds of the game. Here is Nicky Clark. It's come to James Ward-Prowse. Anderson. Barkley. Barkley has a shot and it's a save by Gomez. Maybe one more chance. There's still just over a minute left. But to be, again, this happened last season. We lost the last 2 games. But there's a minute left. We've got a throw in here. Lukaku is there. Ward-Prowse to Anderson. Coleman. Come on, get a good cross in there. He's lost the ball, but we've won it back here. Ward-Prowse. 30 seconds left. This could be the last chance. Deulofeu has a shot and it's saved. I think that was our last chance. It's going to be another loss. Another defeat. And again, it is Watford. This happened last time. Watford 2, Everton 1. Disappointing result again. We ended second, but at the end of that season, we've lost 7 games in the end. Again, we lost our last 2 games. That happened last time. It's a good thing Tottenham were so far behind us, otherwise we would have dropped a place. So our second place finish means we get another £35 million. There's a few bonuses there. So, yeah. How much money does that give us for the transfer market now? £70 million. I think that hasn't changed too much. 71 million. Okay, let's go through some awards and stuff then. So Lukaku joint second place for the Golden Boot, 24 goals, but Kane scored in the last game to get it. Into the best 11 squad, this is what it looks like at the moment. So not really too much difference. So end of season awards. Player of the season was Idrissa Gueye. Lukaku came second and Anazi came third. Some interesting ones in there. Goal of the season was Berahino against Arsenal. Let's have a look at that goal. Oh, so this was in the 5-4. So this was not a live game. That was the goal. That was the best goal we scored all season. It's quite underwhelming, to be honest. We scored some fantastic free kicks and stuff. And apparently that was our best goal we scored all season. There you go. Signing of the season was James Ward-Prowse, £22 million from Southampton. And the young player of the season was Ross Barkley. So our season review, there we go. Lost in the first knockout round of the Champions League to Besiktas. Runners up in the Premier League, that's a good one. Lost in the 6th round to Man United in the FA Cup. And lost in the semi-final of the EFL Cup to Man United. The moment to forget was that 6-1 defeat in which we conceded 4 penalties and missed one ourselves. Match of the season apparently was our 4-0 win at Carrow Road. Average attendance of 39,406. And total players used 25, the joint 10th highest in the division. Usually I use a lot more than that, but I guess this time around I was a bit more sensible with my players. So the team meeting, let's hold the team meeting and let's say we're going to challenge for the title next time round. 4 players saying that's a huge challenge, but one I know this squad is up for, and then a lot of players saying stuff like, let's focus on one game at a time. I think we'll just take it back to Champions Cup. That's fine. End of season confidence review then, let's have a look at that. So I don't know what that means. Is that untouchable or is that just stable? It's very secure. There you go. So pleased with the number of young first team players you've signed. They feel the decision to sell Besic appears to be an extremely poor financial deal. He never played for me. So it looks like our facilities are being upgraded again. And there's also going to be, what's that, a youth setup audit. Okay. Let's see if there's anything here we can actually improve. Let's have a look. We could ask for more transfer funds. Okay, that's not working. Anything else we can improve? We can expand the stadium. Let's have a look at that. At the end of the day, we're going to sell more tickets. So we've got a stadium expansion. That's good stuff. I don't need a new contract or anything. Nothing else here we can do. So that's fine. You know, we've got a stadium expansion out of that. Let's have a look at what sort of numbers we can get then. Please announce the plans are afoot to expand our stadium. The planned expansion, subject to approval, will increase the stadium capacity to a provisional capacity of 43,381. That is very good. So that's up quite a bit from before. I think it's about 30,000 now. So that's really good stuff. And that should be completed, well, by next July. So we won't be seeing it in the save at all because we'll have finished by then. That was worth it. There you go. So second place finish, not too bad at all. Next time around I think we have to try and go one better and go for that title. But Man United are very, very tough to beat. But we'll see what we can do. It'll be our last season with Everton. And then after that we're going to move on to something a little bit different. Something I've never done before. So it should be an interesting new save once we've done our 3rd and final season with Everton. But that is going to do it for today's video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, leave a like down below, leave any comments you want to make, and if you want to see videos as and when they turn up on YouTube, hit subscribe. And if you're enjoying this series so far, make sure you hit that like as well. One more season to do. We'll see if we can go one better and win the title. If not, let's try and win something, some sort of silverware. Let's go for an FA Cup or an EFL Cup. Let's try and improve our fortunes in the Champions League as well. The games against Besiktas weren't too good. So yeah, looking forward to the last season. Hopefully you are too. And yeah, it should be a fun one. So that is going to do it for today. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.